Welcome to Same Spit Different Face Podcast, where my opinions is facts. And if you don't like my opinions, you can start your own podcast. And it's free. So don't forget to click the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification bell. I don't make the rules, I know how to bend them. Rental for a month, 5% I got a tenant. That little bitch a 9, I don't want it, got a tenant. I'm the landlord, I'm collecting from the tenant. When I'm in the landlord, standing on that business. I come from the trenches, keeping tools like it's wrenches. Bodybuilding niggas over plates like benches. EA Sports. For the hip hop spotlight artist, check the description. So let's talk Joe Budden. Also follow Same Spit Different Face on Instagram. Now, Spit Squad. Not oppose. On top of Joe Budden apologizing to Rory, he basically take a lot of responsibility and a lot of ownership for what he has did and the role he has played. Now, he had his therapist on this episode, and I think that is great because his therapist kind of helped him see that, not only did you create the environment for this to happen, you also created an environment for people not to want to speak to you, for people not to want to agree with you, and people not feel comfortable coming to speak to you because of how you do. And Ish basically was keeping it 100 with him, like, yo, you the aggressor in like 85% of the situations, and Ice was like, nah, 90%. So I'm gonna tell y'all, just listening to this episode, a lot of the stuff that Joe Budden is going through, it come from a place of hurt. He feel like, hey, I was paying you guys when it wasn't even any money to pay y'all with. I was paying y'all out of money that I made in other places because contractually I was obligated to pay y'all. But I wasn't obligated to pay y'all as much as I did, but because y'all my friends and I want to see y'all succeed and we living here and we doing this together, I give y'all that. Another thing he pointed out is that the turmoil been going on behind the scene for like 3 years. It's been like 3 years they've been asking him to open the books to see how much they getting. Basically, I think it happened when he turned down the Spotify deal. I think everybody was talking, and I think Rory too. Like, yeah, behind the scene, Rory was probably like, yeah, we're about to get the Spotify deal. If Joe Rogan just got this amount, imagine what we about to be offered. We about to be set for life. And I think part of the issue came when Rory was just like looking at the situation like, yo, yeah, it's easy for you to turn down this Spotify deal. You rich. You got multiple streams of income. But us, we have limited access to these streams of income, and this is our biggest pot. This is what we do. And Rory was probably counting them dollars already, like, you know what? All right, we at the least we gonna get 100 million for the podcast, right? And with that 100 million, we gonna be able to split it up. Okay, he gotta pay Savon, but I know what he pays Savon. I talked to Maul, so I know what he paying Maul. I know what he paying me. Of course he gonna get the biggest cut of the pie. He gotta pay Parks. He gotta pay Ian. Okay, so this is how much I'm gonna get. And then I think Rory really in his mind start counting the money, dishing it out, and allocating it like, okay, so I'm gonna be able to use this to get my album done, and then I'm gonna be able to put this amount of money on promo. I'm gonna use this for my bills. And I just think Joe turning down that deal put a wrench in his plan. And then he was like, wait, I was expecting to get a raise. I was expecting to get a raise based off of this deal that we was about to get a Spotify. So I guess Joe probably did see that, and being their friends was like, yo, you know what? I did turn down the deal. Y'all were expecting to get this type of money. Things should have came out way better than this, but I can't change it. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to still honor that, and I'm still going to give y'all a raise. And sometimes when I said this a couple of days, man, entitlement is a deadly disease that will kill any friendship and any relationship because it's no cure for entitlement, right? So if you look at me and you say, oh, bro got a bag, bro getting money. Well, if I give you $1,000, you'll look at that situation and say, oh man, bro got thousands of dollars. He don't need that little thousand back. And then that becomes a part of the situation where it's like, listen, bro, it's not about what I got, it's about what I gave you. So in order to keep this friendship going in the right direction, get that back. Now, if that person don't give you that back, it's just like, don't get into it with them about it, especially if you can afford to take the loss. It's like Sonny told Colergio or C in the Bronx Tale. Hey, what you running around chasing him for $20? Do you need the $20? No, Sonny, but it's the principle. Listen, for $20, you got that bum out your life and he'll never ask you for nothing again. So, if it's a real friend, that friend don't have to be a bum and you don't have to break the relationship. But what you do understand is that that friend will never ask you for nothing again. And then honestly, the friend may feel weird about the relationship because they knowing in the back of their mind they owe you something. But I think that Joe Budden, looking back in hindsight, Joe Budden's principles was correct. His thought process was correct. But I think his delivery was incorrect to a certain extent. And I think he should have explained some things more in depth, right? The one thing I think he should have explained more in depth was his feelings about Rory. I don't think he really explained until today's episode, which would have made, if he would have explained it in episode 437, it would have made it a lot more palatable. You know, he could have just said, hey, I'm not going to lie, Ma, we've been together for years. And for you to let this guy come around who you just met and give you smart ideas, which are actually dumb ideas, and try to come and act this way. And now you done put yourself in a position where I'm questioning a friendship that I knew was sturdy for somebody who over the last couple of weeks been telling me let's throw hands, saying they don't like me, saying what if we not friends. And Joe Therapist made another great point. Joe, you study talking about you feel hurt, you feel betrayed, but what do you think they're feeling? And I think that's a great point, right? When we look at Mal and Rory, their actions and their feelings aren't coming from just out of the blue air. It's not like they just woke up one morning and was like, yo, I'm feeling this way. Now, not to be confused, a person feeling hurt, betrayed, that could come from a point of entitlement. And that's why I say entitlement is a deadly disease that kill all friendships, because in entitlement, you are enabling people, right? So if you doing stuff for people, they feel like you do it for them for so long, they feel like, well, why should you have to stop now, right? And once you actually stop, they get into the plan and the thought of, oh, this motherfucker just want to stop, but they've been doing it and now they want to stop. So the first thing, instead of the person who entitled starts saying, well, you know what? Maybe it's time for me to start pulling my weight. Maybe it's time for me to start doing more. Maybe I should add more to this situation. That person who's entitled, what they'll actually start saying is, nah, fuck that. This person been helping me and doing this and doing that for me all this time. For them to stop now, they hating on me. They don't want to see me succeed. They don't want to see my progress. They done got the bag and now the money changing them. No, nigga, the money not changing them. The money changing you. It's their money. You can't tell somebody what to do with their money. You can't tell somebody how to move with their money. So if y'all losing me on this situation, what I'm basically saying is Joe wasn't making money from the podcast. The money he was supposed to make from the podcast, which would have been the second Spotify deal, he turned down because the terms of the agreement wasn't what he wanted. So although Joe is living this lavish lifestyle and he talking about I'm going to look for a Wraith and he's saying he got a new house and he's saying the pool bigger, all these things he's saying is making these guys look at him and say, man, ain't no way Joe getting that much from Puff over there at Revolt. It must be some money that he's taking under the table. And that's what it really boils down to, man. They was pocket watching. So, yeah, he had to say what he had to say, but the delivery could have been better. And that's what I really, really believe. Check out No Time to Play Fair, episode 3 and the end screen. Think Snowfall of Power meets the trenches of Chicago. Spit Squad, drop below in the comments and let me know what you think. Also, it's free, so click the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification bell. Peace.